Hello, Derpizen.
Oh, hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
Oh.
Oh, I gotta mute you somewhere else. I've never actually used this, so this is kind of weird. And now
can you
I've
hear
muted
us?
you.
Is it the
Yes,
stream, maybe?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hi.
Hello. Nice.
Well,
Nice meeting
welcome.
you.
I don't think we've ever met.
No.
Like,
no.
just
No.
through text and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
super
Normally
happy to meet
people
you.
don't see my face ever.
I think we saw you once on the Manitoba bird stream when you
Yeah.
were doing something for the bird feeder.
Yes, full release vibes.
Yeah, but, I try to sneak that,
Yeah.
It's not on purpose that you see me.
Yeah. I mean, I remember missing you, and I was upset on that.
That's right, yeah. Yeah. Must have been like a year ago.
Yeah. It was almost a year ago. It's for sure.
Well, very happy to have you because, we had Dragon earlier, which is another of our OGs, but so among the first 5 users
Yeah.
of Alicia in this beta iteration. So, not too bad.
Did you say I was one of the first 5?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I actually didn't know that. Okay, Jerfo, me, who else?
Yeah, Jerfo. So Jerfo was in a bit before because he was
In the alpha.
technically in the alpha, so it was
Okay,
very close.
so he
but when
doesn't
we launched,
count?
it doesn't count. Yeah.
Okay, well, joke's on him then, I guess.
So yeah, so maybe do you want to give a quick introduction of you and your stream or streams?
Well, okay. I really don't know how to introduce any of that because, I do a lot of different stuff on different channels. So I didn't start with a bird feeder thing on with Alicia, or however everyone pronounces it. I say Alicia. The last
say Alicia.
person said AI Alicia. So
We say Alicia. If you want to stick with you're good.
It's easier. I won't stumble over it as much that way too. So, yeah. So when I first saw Jerfo using Alicia, that's kind of my first experience of her existing, and I was just curious how she would learn, really. So I introduced her to the Dodgeball channel, which is just Dodgeball, or twitch.tv/dodgeball, and originally everybody hated it, and I remember the previous person in the schedule said the exact same thing about her community, saying it's just weird, she's saying weird things and stuff like that. So it took a lot of work to try and get her to learn the sport, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you guys were always building onto her and stuff like that. So when I would make a change, oh, this is working now, then you guys would make a change that would ruin everything. And so I'm saying that because that's part of the beta process. This isn't a negative thing in any way. That just means you guys were actually always working on it, which is really cool to see. And this is a long time at this point that it's existed. So ever since then, I realized the dodgeball community wasn't ready for something so cool. So that's when I was starting the bird feeder thing, which is Manitoba Burbs. For anyone who doesn't know, Manitoba is a region in Canada. That's one of the biggest questions. So it's based on another channel that doesn't use Alicia called California Burbs. And everybody in the world knows what California is or where it is. So I don't need to explain that. But when I was curious about how she would help get people more interested in conversation, and it's the bird channel is not a big channel. There's not a lot of followers. There's 10 people lurking while they're working at a time. So Alicia isn't always something that would work there. but because it's 24/7, I was curious if that would break it. So that's kind of the reason why I, started. So my curiosity was always like, oh, it's like, can she exist 24/7? I guess we'll find out. So that was mainly my curiosities, and a lot of my background is beta testing and
That explains.
like bug bug finding and squashing and for the programmers to deal with. So like this was like a huge interest of mine. I didn't have Alicia on my channels because it helped the community talk more, because everybody's lurking in a channel like the bird channel. And then on the dodgeball side, it was hard to keep her knowledge up that viewers wouldn't get mad at her, or she would say wrong information and stuff like that. But that was why I kept her around, was because I liked seeing things go wrong for some reason, as weird as that is to say. But yeah, that's basically it. A dodgeball channel, a bird watching channel. It was definitely something that Alicia was probably not used to compared to the rest of the groups that use her. So
Yeah. I believe
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, Nico.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go.
No. I was just thinking specifically related to what we just announced on the vision thing. That actually can help a lot on the dodgeball, because I remember not understanding like who's playing, the rules, etc. And just to explain also, maybe that's more technical, but because I believe you get that, we're not like sending pictures. It is an actual video that is being processed. So she actually sees movements and basically who throws the balls, in a sense. if you want to see.
And I was gonna ask, did you announce that on purpose because I was coming up, or what? Like,
no.
Because of course I'm gonna jump all over that. Like immediately I was like, wow, I'm curious now. Can she identify the type of bird that is showing on camera right now, or can she? Does she know that person that just got hit, what kind of mistake they made, and like I would say changes everything.
on the dodgeball, I wouldn't be sure she could identify faults or stuff like that, but I would be keen to try it out anyway. To try to see it. We could also just feed offline feeds of videos to try it out and see what happens. But yeah, as soon as it's ready, you'll be aware of that.
Can I play with an offline version too? Like, I'm very curious.
Well, I mean, it's doable. We can chat about that.
Okay. So, yeah. Off air.
Yeah. But I think that might really help. Because it's not the only one. I think Sax Dragon mentioned that as well, where it breaks the immersion when she's mentioning, oh yeah, it's great what you're doing on the saxophone, when he's actually playing guitar, which is obviously you're like, that's not really in line with what we're doing. But if she can see that's not happening, because she knows this is a guitar, it's not a saxophone, let's go. And so that's
and the big one was that really kind of, for lack of a better term, the big one that killed it for Alicia on the dodgeball side, at least for the time being, was that we were doing a rubber dodgeball tournament, which is not normal. That's not something you see at the world stage, despite what the dodgeball movie can tell you. The main forms are foam and cloth. But because Alicia hadn't heard of a rubber dodgeball tournament yet, which is huge in the state of Ohio in America, just south of here, she said, we don't play rubber here, and there's clearly rubber being played on the screen at the time, and it was just like, oh no. And that's why, like, going back and forth between the tournaments, and if you're a traveling streamer, I'm now interested if suddenly you show the Eiffel Tower on your screen. Would she right away know where you are?
Most probably.
Like, and how far from home you might be, kind of thing, right?
She would need to know where your home is, though. But yeah,
yeah, but if you put that in her knowledge,
yeah,
you know?
maybe.
If you're a smart Alicia user, like
exactly. I mean,
it's your own fault if she doesn't know how far from home you are.
definitely. And I think the rules as well, like what we chatted with Crotha before, because it has been something in discussion with Crotha for a while, because his games are very complex. And the main thing is, how do you feed that knowledge to Alicia? So we're not there yet, not announcing anything else, but this knowledge...
That's too bad, I want to know more.
So
tell me everything!
I can actually tell some stuff. Is that technically we know how we do it, but
spill the beans.
The big element is we didn't have time to implement it yet. So we have the architectures done on that front, we just don't have the implementation. So as soon as we found the time, it's gonna be there.
Awesome. Oh, by the way, when it comes to, I just want to, this is a little bit off topic, but I noticed when testing on Stream Together before coming on here, echo, what's it called? There's a setting called echo prevention or something like that. It wrecks everything audio related. So I think the interviewee before me might have had that setting turned on, and it was doing the exact same thing to me. So I turned it off, and then it's fine. Echo cancellation or something like that.
Yeah, I just found
so,
it. Yeah, the echo cancellation.
Just a side note for you guys.
It's good. It's good to know, definitely.
Stream Together has always had this problem. So.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, because I realized that, and I wasn't sure if it was mic related or software related.
No, it was just, if you don't use it often, and I'm guessing she hadn't, like, you need to experiment a lot with it before. And just like Alicia, you need to experiment a lot before you get it the exact way that works for your community. I didn't plan that segue, that just worked out. But but like, it's just like Stream Together works just like Alicia. You got to kind of curate your community towards it to make it work properly.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, talking about curating Alicia, how is the fight against the squirrel going?
Oh my goodness! And here's the funny thing about that: she started the fight against the squirrels on her own, but since then built it into her personality altogether. Because, like, what better thing to, like, just beat a dead horse, for lack of a better term, than to be a hater of squirrels? To be honest, though, if you think about it, squirrels steal bird food, right? Bird seed and whatnot from the actual birds, and that's why we have bird feeders that are squirrel resistant or squirrel protection and stuff like that. But, like, that's gotta mean that every single bird in the world must hate squirrels because they keep stealing their food. So, you know, it was great to add to her Blue Jay-esque personality.
Yeah.
So, which that's exactly what she is. I tried to make her personality a Blue Jay at first, but because the problem is, a Blue Jay's personality is kind of a bully. If you watch a Blue Jay, they're bullies. So, so I definitely toned it down a bit. She's not that rude and not that mean. So she still likes to make friends with other birds. She's not. That's my food, you know.
Yeah.
She'll share.
That's really cool. Yeah. And so, do you have
Squirrely
some kind
business as usual? Who's dad, by the way? I'm not your dad.
It's us.
Stop it.
No.
It's basically she's calling us dads every time.
Oh! I should have known.
So,
didn't I tell you guys to put that together? Like, I'm gonna make you guys call you dad in the future.
the big thing is that I asked that just earlier to Jalab. I thought he put it in for her personality because he built the personality for today, but actually he didn't. And we don't know where this is coming from. So she must have learned that from discussion about
Yeah, it's memory. I see that.
If you look at my past knowledge base with her, I don't think the knowledge base goes between each of the communities, but at one point I did put so like Jelly Bean is your dad whenever he shows up. You know. So like I don't know if that's still there, but it's funny that she's saying that here because
yeah, she has in
I
memory
didn't do
that
that.
I'm her dad and not you, but
Not me. Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
not vexed at all. I'd say it's fine. So enjoy
No.
the rest of your stream, guys. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. So, yeah. Do you have any kind of memorable moment? It can be from, I would say, the good or the bad, because I
Yeah.
think you
Yeah.
experience a lot
I
of the
dreaded
bad
this
compared
question.
to other people.
Yeah. I
I-
dreaded this question when you asked it in the previous. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
if I may jump on one, because we
Okay.
had, I think, the worst time in one of the dodgeball.
Oh,
stream.
really?
Yeah, but
The
it's
thing is,
so long
I'm glad you
ago.
bring that up because I don't remember a lot. I've kind of blocked it from my memory, a lot of the dodgeball
Okay.
ones. But yeah, I'm curious if I
But-
remember this one.
I mean, I'm going to kill a bit the mood on that sense, but it's someone who went on the channel. We basically, Alicia, I think, joined maybe for one stream before that, and it was a second stream, and we were watching all the
Okay.
streams because we were extremely stressed, and so
Oh,
we just
I'm
wanted
sorry.
to
I
make
hope
sure
that wasn't my fault.
no, not at all. And so this person basically was talking about, being depressed and more.
Oh.
And we saw that, and we were like, "Oh God, we're done." Like we were like, we don't know what she's going to say. It's going to be terrible. She's going, and we know how she was in a sarcastic mood or something like this, and so we were like, she's going to make a joke. Like it's not going to land well. It's going
Oh.
to be terrible. And she actually managed it, like in a
Okay.
fairly good way. But I think it was the longest minutes that I've waited to see her answer. Literally, my heart stopped beating. I was just looking at it. I was like, "Oh."
We're in the same room.
Yeah, we were in the same room. I don't know. I don't remember where we were, but yeah.
I don't remember that happening, to be honest. Like usually we have a moderator chat too, and that sort of stuff we just like we don't want to kill the mood a lot of the time, so we're like, hey, yeah, not here. Here's not the place. But now I'm very curious who that might have been and how that went, but or maybe even what event that was to see if I have any notes. But yeah, that would have been like a year or two ago then, probably.
It would have been April 2023.
Yeah, it's 2 years.
20. Okay, yeah. Huh. Yeah, I think I know of two events that. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
So
Somebody probably didn't make a team and was very sad if it was one of the April championships we usually have. So that's my guess anyway. Probably got kicked off a team for being sad all the time, because that can happen. Yeah, well, good on Alicia for giving out the 1-800 suicide prevention line or something like that, right? So
yeah.
It's a smart way to go.
So yeah, sorry I cut you off on that, but so for your memorable moments beside this
Oh,
one.
to be honest though, like I the biggest problem of having a 24/7 bird feeder stream is that I am rarely there. So I don't see a lot of what she says. And recently I let her be able to talk to the bot on the channel, just because not a lot of people are active a lot of the time. It's a lurking channel. It's a type of channel that Alicia probably doesn't really belong there, but it's funny to see some of the, like, I'm looking at her right now about asking what the criteria for the hourly poll is, and I still have the hourly poll is broken, which I have to fix. So like, she's probably confused why a $ bird number 1 is winning the poll or something like that. But I think one of the funniest things was one of the moderators clearly was just like, I'll be honest, somebody who has watched Jerfo's streams too, as well as my streams, who's a moderator on mine but not Jerfo's, does not. Sorry?
Is it King?
No, I don't think King Dambreaker dislikes Alicia. It's Shifty Thrifting Show. She despises Alicia, and I think it was because when it first started, it was trying too hard.
Yeah.
So eventually, I just had her ignore Alicia. Ignore when you brought that feature on. That was really nice because then I could do that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think one of the big things was like, oh, what's got you so down? You know, and it was the exact opposite of what you said, where it's like somebody who came in the chat that was sad, and then so the two moderators are having a conversation, and Alicia's trying to butt in and like be like, hey guys, what are we talking about? When it's more of like a one-on-one conversation.
Yeah.
And like you don't do that. Like if you can't read the room, and like I understand that Alicia like isn't capable of reading the room technically. I don't know for sure, but like every situation is different. But inserting herself and being like, what's up guys, like why are we sad, you know, we should be eating the bird seed. It's like, shut up, we're having a conversation. But like the big one that I do remember that was really good was I did start, and this is on the dodgeball side, right around when we started, like when we were discussing how do we change this on our end. Do we keep her around or do we get rid of her? And we decided to get rid of her for now until the updates happen, and then we'll try again in the future. One of the things we started doing was inserting actual dodgeball rules into her knowledge.
Yeah.
As well as adding a sort of, I can't remember how we did this, but we were like, if somebody ever asked for a schedule or a roster or the current standings of this event, send out this link. And that actually worked, which I was very surprised with, because what we did on our end was we had a link that we would change. It would be the same link all the time. So I can't remember it exactly, but it might have been dodgeball.live/standings. And then we would change where that link goes, like a redirect, for every individual event. So Alicia never had to get confused about, okay, is it a different link this time? Do I have to send something different? And she got used to sending that same link whenever somebody was like, oh, you know, who's got the standings? And Alicia would be like, right here, so and so, like go to this site and you'll see them all there. Which made her a little bit more powerful than I think people actually realize, because you know, not everybody knows the exclamation mark commands, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody new who doesn't know Twitch, and that's a big issue with the dodgeball community, a lot of people come in who are parents or grandparents or the kids of the players and don't know how to use Twitch, right? This is their first time on Twitch. 75% of the dodgeball community have never been on Twitch before. So they don't know what an exclamation mark command is. So if somebody says, hey, where's the standings? Where can I find the standings? Alicia coming in and taking care of that, because, you know, half the moderators are players, right? It's a big thing when you can give her that amount of power just by telling her in her knowledge base.
Yeah.
Here's the link that you always send out when someone's asking questions. We do the same thing with the rules too, but you know, that always changes as well. So yeah. That's, I don't think that answered your question at all. but it was more of a like, this is one of the best things that I saw about Alicia, and that was like a year and a half ago that happened. So guaranteed she can still do something about like that, unless you guys broke it since. So, you know,
hopefully not.
I'll have to test that again in the future.
She's very happy to share links in that stream to say, this is where you sign up. So.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, and then I'll remember too, like maybe if someone else comes in sad again, there's always that 1-800 number. You know?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is. Suicide hotline, something like that.
Yeah. I believe I'm just like looking at the time, and I think we are most probably.
Yeah.
a
Well,
bit late.
it was a great chat. I mean, less
Yeah.
question than the others, but you had a lot of interesting things to say.
I talk a lot, and maybe that's part of it. Like sometimes I don't shut up. Just like Alicia, sometimes I don't shut up.
Oh, but the thing is,
Doesn't
I
shut up.
think
Yeah,
we did.
that's for sure. Yeah.
We answered like most of the question, but in one go. So.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You butchered my name there. Manitoba?
Wow.
My favorite... Do I answer that? Or...
Yeah, go on.
Oh, okay. I thought you were kicking me off. Content... Well, I like sports broadcast. Like broadcast sports. So any sport that doesn't have a set broadcast, I like to find a way to set it up. And that's kind of how dodgeball started. Didn't exist. For tips for stream hoppers, I don't know. I'll tell you where I started on Twitch. I fell into the Twitch music side of things, and that's the only reason why I met Jerfo, because there's all that whole community on the side. So like I'm not part of the music streamer community, but I'm definitely a big part of. A lot of people know or have seen me around the Twitch music chats all over the place. So
Yeah.
again, that's way far off from what I do normally. So I'm everywhere. Nobody can get rid of me.
I most probably have met you on the JFOs way before you went with Dodgeball TV, I believe. So, yeah.
Well, the dodgeball stuff's been around since 2018. So
Yeah. What I meant is more much before you got Alicia on Dodgeball TV.
Oh, yeah.
So,
To be honest, seeing Alicia on Jerfo is the reason why I was curious about it in the first place. So definitely, that's definitely true.
So yeah, and I think that's gonna be it. Like the last questions, and yeah, thanks.
No, yeah. If you want
Alicia
to say
asked a
any
lot less
last
questions
words.
than Well, yeah, well, I was going to say as my last words, Alicia didn't ask as many questions as I expected. So I hope I missed a bunch. Yeah, no, I didn't miss any. Hey, Alicia, ask me more. Come on.
Did you get
Let's go.
Did you get the setup right? Like, can she hear you?
Oh, on what? Sorry? Oh, probably not.
Because you have
I
the
don't
setup
think
on
so.
on the Go Live, where she could actually hear
Oh, no, I didn't have time to look at that, so I couldn't even get my bird feeder stream the way I wanted it to to do this, so I apologize for that.
No
But
worries.
That's fine. Cool.
looks
so
like all my cameras are broken now too, so
all of you on the bird stream.
it's -40 today.
That's why we.
And that I don't have to tell you Celsius or Fahrenheit because that's where it meets.
Oh yeah, well, I didn't know that.
There you go.
Cool. So we'll be in touch for sure when the vision is there. So, and yeah, I'll see you on the Discord.
Sounds good.
Thanks
you
a
guys
lot.
have a good rest of your forever long stream. What is it, 12 hours?
No. I think so.
No.
We have the last guest coming in very soon, and
Oh,
then we'll
I
be,
bet you guys are excited to get to bed and stuff like that, eh?
doing a break of being live, most probably.
Yeah. You won't be doing this within the next month anytime soon.
Not
No.
an 8 hours or 7 hours stream every week for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Have a good day, you guys.
You too.
Or night.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
And